Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, for you guys out there in the viewerverse, I want to talk a little bit about No Man's Sky and the current state of No Man's Sky. Now, I have seen that other people are putting out warnings not to actually play No Man's Sky right now. There is good reason for that in some cases. It's like, at the moment, if you teleport to your settlement, and it's a new settlement, and you haven't built your overseer's station, and right now, a lot of people can't build an overseer's station because there's a bug that won't let them build it. So anyway, if you teleport down, it's going to put you at the central plinth of a base. Now, some of those central plinths have got some sort of object above them, like some sort of structure. Sometimes it teleports you inside of that structure and you're stuck there. There's no doors, there's no windows, there's no way out, and you get completely stuck. There's a few other things that are making people get completely stuck, like if they land their ship right inside their settlement next to a building and then get out of their ship. Sometimes it puts them inside of that structure, again in a room with no doors or windows. And when you get out of your ship, as you know, it auto-saves. If you go and then reload the wrong save, the auto-save that it just created, you're then stuck inside of that building and structure for good. So there's a lot of the reasons why there's people warning people not to play right now. Your saves are sort of at risk if you're not 100% sure what you're doing inside of No Man's Sky and you don't know how to circumnavigate or work around these things. It's a little bit worrying. It's a little bit dubious. So I can see why those warnings are out there. Make your own decisions. Play very carefully. If anything, just ignore the beacons update. Don't go anywhere near settlements. The rest of the game is thoroughly enjoyable, completely playable. It is just the settlements right now that are a little bit foobarred. If any of that sounds worrying to you, by all means, ignore them is what I would say. Carry on playing No Man's Sky. Just ignore the beacons update for a while.
Captain Steve, oh Captain Steve, oh Captain. Heck yeah, why not hit that like and subscribe? Thank you very much.
Until we get a few more patches. Talking of patches, there has been some patches going out on the old tinterwebs, but before we get to those patches, I just want to cover up a couple more bugs. Now, this is just, all I've done is filtered my comments and put in the word bug. You can see how many comments I'm getting, and there's a lot of people that haven't mentioned bug. They've said, this is happening to me, that's happening to me. They haven't specifically said the word bug or glitch or problem or issue. So it's very hard for me to filter this just on bug. But look, just using the word bug, you can see how many comments I've had in the last 24, 48 hours since this update has gone live. There's a lot of people that have used the word bug inside of their comments. Everybody that's sounding off right now, these people need to be heard by Hello Games. I'm hoping that they're submitting these bugs and issues over to the Zendesk. Hello Games has been quite quick on this. They have put something into PC Experimental that has now rolled out to PC, which we'll get onto in a moment, and we get onto that. Okay, so there's a lot of things that are critically broken. Here's the actual link to the Steam page where they were talking about this in Experimental, and they were on it day one. 2 days ago. I had people saying to me, it's not broken, Steve. It's not a bug. And then it's actually in the bug fix list. So, you know, take that, mate. Yes, yes. So there's a lot of problems with a lot of the stats and things like that. There's a lot of UI and visual things, but more functionality is the worry, like I touched on at the start of this video, that can get your saves stuck and scuppered. Okay, right, so going on to the actual patch notes, and Hello Games is quite quick to put these things out, but when you scroll down, even on the comments here, there's 16 comments, and when you're scrolling down, people are talking about the game being completely broken, especially on the Steam Deck. I'm seeing a lot of people saying on Steam Deck, it's unplayable completely. It doesn't load in. It's completely bricked. So if you're on Steam Deck and you're having that as a problem, send it over to the Zendesk and try and get it sorted as quickly as possible. But there's a lot of people, not just on my own comments, there's people online, on Reddit right now, on Twitter, all stating that their systems are broke, or that there's problems that have gone back eons, not just in beacons, that still have yet to been fixed. Anyway, we have a new fix. This is 5.71. This came out just the other day, and it's just on PC, or it's just been pushed to PC currently. Now, there is a problem with that as well. So if you have just signed yourself up for cross save and cloud save because it's now available to every platform, if you go and update it on your PC, but then you want to go play it on your Switch, or you want to play it on your Mac, or you want to play it on your PlayStation or Xbox, because you've updated it on your PC and you've probably played it on your PC to test out this new patch, when you go to use that same cloud save that you've put on any of your consoles or any other devices, it will come and say that there is a mismatch in versions. So I haven't played it on my PC, even though it's been fixed on PC, because I like to play with my friends on my PlayStation with my legacy save every Friday. So I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm hoping it's going to happen before Friday. I might just chance it and go with it. If not, if it hasn't been fixed by Friday on PlayStation, then I can just use another save on my PlayStation, but it's not going to be the same save that I like to get all my Quicksilver on. Anyway, let's jump into here and let's have a quick look at some of these fixes. Now, a lot of the fixes that need to be fixed is definitely the spawn point at the center mass of your settlement, especially if there's some sort of structure above that center mass, because you end up getting encapsulated and imprisoned, which isn't great. They need to add doors into every single structure. There needs to be a door, because if you land your ship, like I say, I'm not seeing any of those inside of this recent ream of fixes. So those two trap issues are still trap issues. I'm not seeing that they've fixed them inside of this list, people. So it's a little bit dodgy. And sadly, I haven't managed to get myself some footage of that actually happening. One of my bases, it's got a semi-structure there. It's got like this ball that's got like an opening in it. I spawn into it, but I can fly and bounce about like a pinball and get out. It's a little bit touchy, but I can escape. Other people have hit me up so that they can't, and they're completely stuck now. And they're thinking about starting a brand new save. So there is that. So anyway, there's a few different things going on here that they have fixed. I've left it on the screen long enough for you to read. However, I will put a link to this list, this patch, inside of the video description, so you can jump on over here and read this a little bit more. But I'm hoping that this is going to fix a fair few of the issues that we're seeing with bases at the moment. A lot of this is visual. A lot of it is visual rather than actual functional. There's a couple of function ones where it comes with markers and progression of missions and timers getting stuck. Hopefully that's going to fix a lot of my issues that I've got with moving missions on. Because at the moment I go there and it says, you know, you're the overseer, go and explore and we'll let you know when something happens. I'm not getting notified when something happens. When I go back to those settlements, there is nothing for me to do at the console. It just seems to be that all timers in the background, there's something wrong with the integers or variables with settlements right now when it comes to the programming code that they're using. But I'm hoping that a lot of that is going to be rectified inside of this. Fixed an issue that caused settlements claimed prior to 5.7 to have all the empty stats on the settlement history page. Well, what I'm having to happen with my settlements, when I go to them now, it says that I've been the overseer of those settlements for 10 billion years. But then there's hardly any progress that's happened in those 10 billion years. And I've only built like 2 buildings before it stopped delivering me stuff to do. It seems to stop delivering me stuff to do as soon as I turn my console off and then turn back on the next day. It's like all the timers have just stopped. It's like they don't even exist. But anyway, people, that's pretty much everything I've got for you. There are patches inbound. There are fixes on their way. I am hearing, though, that these patches in 5.71 come with their own problems. I've had mixed things said to me, that since I've put in patch 5.71, when I load into my game on PlayStation 4 or whatever, on PC, sorry, I'm just getting a white screen. I'm getting a white screen that stays there indefinitely, and it's not loading in. I have had the same thing happen to me with the white screen, and then it dissipates, it disappears. But that was before version 5.71, but it did stay there for an inordinate amount of time, and I thought there was a problem. I just left it. I went and made a cup of tea, came back, and it had loaded in. I was on an extreme planet. I took damage, and my jetpacks had got double damaged, and I nearly died. But it loaded eventually. So maybe if you're getting the white screen, just be a little bit patient. Give it a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Mine did load in. And the reason why it didn't load in straight away is because I saved it at a settlement. And settlements are quite large. There seems to be problems with settlements I would say don't end your game off at the settlement. Load your game up in the station. In fact, I know that I'm saying continue playing No Man's Sky, but just ignore the beacon's content for a little bit longer. I would say even on patch 5.71, if you go to your settlement and it's not behaving properly, ignore the content for a little bit longer. I know that's hard, and that's not a nice thing to say, but I would say stay away if you're seeing bugs that are inordinate and causing you issue and causing you headache. I deliberately haven't played No Man's Sky since the Friday weekend mission, and I'm probably going to wait until there's another round. I'm probably going to wait until 5.72. But that said, I usually go live inside of No Man's Sky on a Monday and Tuesday. I'm still going to go live on inside of No Man's Sky, and I'm going to try my best to show you 5.71 on my PC. I'm going to install it. I'm going to jump in, and I'm going to see if my settlements behave properly on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, and I think that would be a really good test, to be fair, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd be unfair for me to be banging on about an update not working correctly, just going off of other people's comments. Like I said, I've had mixed comments. Some people that I trust, that are regulars to my channel, have said since 5.71, I have had no problems at all. It's been bug-free, and it's a far better experience, and my timers are working at my base, at my settlement. But then I've also had other people saying to me, mine are still stuck, my timers still aren't working, I'm getting this white screen that stays up for an inordinate amount of time, and when it does load in, I'm getting frame rate issues, I'm getting flickering issues, and then my game crashes. I'm seeing a mixture. So until I give this a try myself on Monday and Tuesday, it's very hard for me to say what sort of state No Man's Sky is in, but I will be doing that live Monday, Tuesday. Tune on in and see how good this update is for me. Hopefully it's a good one, and hopefully we see it roll out onto more platforms very soon, because like I say, there is that issue with the cross-save and cross-save cloud thing. Otherwise it gives you a version type mismatch, so it needs to come out a little bit quicker on all platforms, in my opinion. Anyway, sound off in the comments, let me know if I didn't cover something that you feel needs covering, and I'll see you again soon. And I'm really hoping that Beacons becomes more playable and a little bit more functional on all platforms. Just bear with it. If you can't bear with it, ignore it would be my advice, and just play around it. Just ignore that content for now. Until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.